Hello, I'm Richard Mize, real estate editor for the Oklahoman and newsok.com. I've just come from the 12th annual Mayor's Development Roundtable at the Cox Convention Center in downtown Oklahoma City. I just had a short, interesting, and fun interview with keynote speaker Walter Hood. He's a North Carolina native who's now principal of Hood Designs in Oakland, California, and he's a professor at the University of California at Berkeley. He said he's impressed with the hybrid nature of Oklahoma's landscape. We most of us laughed. It's flat. But he said he's amazed with what Oklahoma City has done with the Oklahoma River.
Over the last decade, you've been able to refocus your efforts back towards the river, which I think is a good thing. I know there are issues, involving putting water in it and damming it. But again, I think these kinds of hybrid landscapes are the only way in which we can sustain ourselves in these places, like in Oklahoma or Bay Area or Atlanta, that there has to be a kind of an infrastructure for us to sort of use, and I think you guys have sort of honed in on that. I think it's exciting. It's kind of given people a different way to see Oklahoma through the river, and I think that for the next generation of people living here will provide that spirit and zeal for wanting to live in the city.
So on one hand, you encouraged us to keep thinking outside our norms,
Yeah.
and at the same time, or earlier, you also pointed out our heritage that we have. How do you kind of come to a balance between those two things as a visionary and as a planner?
Well, they're not mutually exclusive. And when I say go back and kind of commemorate and try to understand your heritage, it's not a very romantic, I'm not suggesting a romantic view. I'm saying just that acknowledgement. Once you acknowledge something, you can move on. But hopefully once you acknowledge it, there will be some detritus or something that you're going to bring with you. And I think even great designers from the modern era, even the Renaissance era, have always had an understanding of history to a certain degree. I mean, if you look at Le Corbusier's early work, they relate back to early temples, Greek temples. Mies van der Rohe, one of the most brilliant modernists, sort of minimalists, you can look at his high-rise buildings and find a temple. So it's how we sort of understand that legacy and move forward.
So you're from North Carolina.
Yep.
Now you're at Berkeley. You have typified the flyover country reputation that we have. What took you so long to get to Oklahoma? That's a loaded.
Have an airport.
That's a loaded question. That's a loaded question. What do you hope to take away from your time and experience here at this conference back into your work, into your life?
Well, every place I go, I meet different people. I see a different place. It's like osmosis. Something will filter through, and who knows what that might be. It's really made me think long and hard about this idea of a hybrid landscape, and I've written about it, but actually I'd never thought that this was a hybrid until today, and so that will give me much fodder for my future research.